How's it going, everybody? Mike here, and in this video I want to talk about all the news that has surfaced from Dying Light the Beast and what we know so far, basically, from Gamescom. This got announced. It sort of like kind of leaked or speculated based on a trailer prior to Gamescom. And it seems that the series is returning to its roots by bringing back Dying Light 1's protagonist, Kyle, but pushes into new territory elsewhere in this. And I was kind of surprised by this too, that they're going more of a like guns focused type of vibe here and gameplay compared to how Dying Light 1 was mostly like melee weapon focused and survival horror in that aspect in some degree with certain things, as well as Dying Light 2, where guns are like not necessarily the main bread and butter of what you utilize. They're a nice like addition, but they're not as good as like a good melee weapon that either has like an elemental on it or something else. But yeah, this is really cool, guys. So another thing to note here is that if you own Dying Light 2's Ultimate Edition, you will get Dying Light the Beast for free when it launches next year. And when it comes to the story here, the original Dying Light story ended with protagonist Kyle Crane suffering a miserable fate, either blasted to atoms by a nuclear bomb or twisted into an infected. But that, it turns out, wasn't the end of his story. Techland's new entry in the series Dying Light the Beast appears to lock in the latter of those endings as canon, revealing Crane was held captive for 13 years, subjected to experiments by a villain known only as the Baron. Now free, Crane seeks revenge for the trials and tortures that have turned him into the titular beast. But these new beast abilities or powers you get, I guess, as Crane, is not the full representation of the game. It's the guns that seem to be more of the focus here. So, Dying Light the Beast began life as a DLC for Dying Light 2, but developer Techland changed course after some of its work was leaked. The project bloomed into a full standalone game. Perhaps because of its origin, the Beast feels very familiar. Much of what's been like talked about, reported, is that obviously Techland's going to continue with DLC and other content for Dying Light 2, and this is just basically another example of that. And when it comes to the gameplay, they are continuing with, having a robust parkour system for Dying Light the Beast, great world design for it, while still having some fresh ideas be in this to justify its transition to a standalone game. The new map is more rural, with something of a village feel. Yes, there are still buildings and rooftops to leap and fold across, but these are surrounded by dense woodland. Kyle notably doesn't seem to suffer from the same infection Aiden did in Dying Light 2. There's no immunity gauge ticking down on the HUD, so he can seemingly stay out in the dark as long as he wants. His own mutations mean he can see the illuminated skeletons of approaching foes, Batman Arkham Detective Vision style, which should aid with stealth encounters. The most significant new idea, though, is a more prominent use of guns. If you play Dying Light 2 with its recent firearms update, then you already know a little of what to expect. The pistol, shotgun, and assault rifle featured in this were all the same as those added to Dying Light 2 earlier this year. But they seem key to the experience here, not just a powerful accessory. Baron's henchmen are all preliminary types with body armor and rifles of their own. That means combat encounters with them are very, very different from the melee scraps with zombies and raiders that Dying Light has previously almost exclusively survived on. Techland's franchise director emphasized that Dying Light hasn't been turned into a shooter. And while it's interesting he says that, but it definitely seems like reports are, making it seem like at least the demo that was shown off at Gamescom to them, over half the demo was played as an FPS. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, provided the combat encounters, associated level design, and weapon feedback all prove successful. It's a smart way to provide a new spin on Dying Light's otherwise largely unchanged formula. Then also, driving returns from Dying Light the following. Although the truck doesn't look quite as fun as the expansion's buggy, still being able to hit and run zombies looks as enjoyable as ever, as their undead bodies burst and splatter against the headlights. In beast mode, Kyle becomes stronger and faster. He can pick up stone blocks and hurl them at enemies, as well as perform a ground pound that sends damaging ripples through the concrete, Hulk style, easily tearing through the behemoth's remaining health. So there was talks of Crane basically fight a behemoth in this beast mode. The battle concluded with Kyle ripping the monster's head from its shoulders in a glory easily tearing through a behemoth's remaining health. The battle concluded with Kyle ripping the monster's head from its shoulders in a gory victory move. Safe to say, Beast Mode looks very powerful, but also quite similar to the infected powers Aiden had in Dying Light 2. Unlike Aiden, though, it seems like Kyle can transform into a beast freely rather than only at specific story moments. And since that, most of the stuff that was either shown off at Gamescom or talked about was the gunplay rather than the beast mode itself and its powers, it sounds like that they're trying to hold off on that a bit for now, like not show that off too much, and want to show improvements and differences elsewhere, more so in the gameplay, I guess, or sorry, gunplay, with the guns being more of an emphasis this time around, even though it's not a full-on, FPS type of game from the director claiming that. But yeah, what to see. Almost forgot to touch on this too, is like the story of this standalone game and adventure called The Beast. Now, I know with Dying Light 1, the story overall was fantastic. Dying Light 2, even though I haven't played it yet, many reports and things I've read about and heard online from people is that the story isn't as strong. It's definitely like more of the weaker side of Dying Light 2, and the gameplay is where it shines at, basically the parkour and everything else with the gameplay for the most part. But I'm hoping with Dying Light the Beast, the story and gameplay can be both essentially on point and essentially like on a very similar great level. So yeah, that's something I hope Techland really pays attention to, and I took some good feedback and utilized that from what they got on the story of Dying Light 2's base game content, basically. And we'll just wait and see if that even, ends up being better, if they learn from their lessons from the past and things like that. I'm sure we'll get updates in in upcoming months here, leading up to Game Awards possibly, or maybe have to wait till Game Awards for a new trailer or something like that. And then early next year, get some more updates hopefully on this game. But yeah, this is pretty cool based on what we've seen so far, what we've read about, and it's been talked about in articles, things like that. So looking forward to this. Still have to go through Dying Light 2 myself. I beat the first game, but yeah, still have to go through the second game, and definitely got to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition to get this for free, because I'd rather get stuff for free, But I would highly recommend, if you have not upgraded to the Ultimate Edition, wait for a sale. Wait for a sale. See what's on sale. Most likely it will be. I mean, come on, we got what, Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up later this year, so there'll be like a fall sale, most likely before that, on top of the Black Friday sale. So I would imagine it's going to go on sale around that time. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this. Are you excited for this? Have you been a long time Dying Light fan and this is just right up your alley and you like what the changes they're doing here? Or are you new to the franchise, or have you yet to even get into it? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. It helps out a ton. Subscribe if you're new. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.